Yo, so let's do some math here. Make sure you have something to write with and something you can write on, and you're going to be turning this in. Okay. So I looked this up, and I'll have links below for places where you can find cost of paint and like the information of cost and area. I'll have links for videos on ratios if they're not making sense, on unit conversions and unit manipulation, and area. Okay, you just let me know if there's anything else that I missed, and I'm more than happy to like make something for you guys, for you all. Sorry, make mistakes all the time. Okay, so I want to start off by just writing down a couple of ratios. So I'm comparing two different quantities. So the first one I'm going to write down is 1 gallon over 400 feet squared. So I'm taking the amount of paint and putting it in a ratio where I'm going to compare my 1 gallon to the amount of area that it can cover. And the other one that I'm going to do is the cost over the gallons. Okay, so I'm going to compare my 26, 48, and dollars to my 1 gallon. So maybe your gallons are different. You found a bucket that's 5 gallons, right? So then it would be 5 gallons over your area, and then the price over 5 gallons. It's important that you're careful and precise in collecting the information, okay? So just watch out for that and let me know how I can help with that, okay? So next, I want to find the area of this rectangle, right? Well, let's do it. I'm going to do 20 feet times 40 feet. Well, this is going to give me 800 feet squared. Feet times feet gives me feet squared. Centimeters times centimeters gives me centimeters squared. X times x gives me x squared. Okay, you can do it with anything. So that's my area. So now I know the area of my wall. So the next thing I want to do is figure out the amount of gallons and the cost. And to do this, I'm going to take first my area and I'm going to multiply it by my first ratio here. Okay? So I'm going to take this ratio and I'm going to bring it over here. And I'm going to say, okay, 1 gallon over 400 feet squared. All right? So that's my ratio. And what I'm going to do is multiply it by 800 feet. And I'm going to put this over 1. When I divide by 1, nothing's changed, okay? It's still the same amount. And if we remember, when we're multiplying fractions, I turned this into a fraction because it makes my math problem a little bit easier to see what I have to do. Okay, so I can do 1 gallon times, oops, this marker isn't that good. Oh, there we go. 1 gallon times 800 feet and 400 feet squared times 1. And what I am going to end up having is 800 feet squared times gallons over 400 feet squared, okay? And we're almost finished. These will become 1. There's a video on that. Check it out if it doesn't make sense. And then the last thing I have to do is just divide these two numbers, right? And so let me rewrite it so it makes a little bit more sense. So I would have 800 gallons over 400, just the number, right? The feet became 1. Feet divided by feet is 1. Feet squared divided by feet squared gives you 1, okay? So now this looks like a fraction, but this line means division. Okay, in math there's a bunch of different ways to like write something. And it so happens that this is the same as saying 800 divided by 400. And I'm going to make sure that I keep my gallons with my 800. Okay, 800 divided by 400 will give me 2. Okay, so 2 gallons. Notice that I ended up with the unit that was on top, and that's what I want, right? I wanted to find out the gallons. Now for the cost, I'll put another video right underneath this one so you can see what I do there, okay? So I'll catch you on the next one.